Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let me get out of this sun. I'm bright enough. No. Oh my goodness, y'all. I have a word. I have a word, and I'm excited to deliver this word. But before I get started, let me just say a prayer. God, in the name of Jesus, I am on here. I am your battle axe, doing what you would like me to do, God. And I just want you to just use me as you please in this hour. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah. Okay. So the title of the message today is Humility Before Honor. Humility before honor. For those that have not seen my post, I posted me on the news. My daughter and I, we were on the news, and I was talking about a program, Birthday in a Box, that actually helped me get my children birthday gifts. And I am definitely ugh, I am dealing with some form of today is not like it's the greatest day after I did the post, but it's a day that I know that will eventually we'll look back over and we'll be like, okay, it had to happen. What am I saying? What am I saying? So humility before honor, right? So God is having me really practice humility in this hour because a lot of people are not. A lot of his children have been through certain things. They have they're just relatable to certain people and they're acting like they're not. A lot of God's children is acting like they always has had it together. And because of that, people are losing hope out here because they're like, you're not going through what I'm going through. You're not feeling what I'm feeling. So because of that, because nobody is humbling themselves, practicing humility and not acting prideful, everybody acting like they always had it together, people that are going through certain things, they're losing hope in this hour because they're like, I'm all alone. Nobody going through what I'm going. Nobody is suffering how I'm suffering. Nobody is I'm in a world by myself. This is how God is letting me know some people is feeling in this hour. They feeling like they just falling off. They just a nobody, like. So God in this hour, y'all, um, he's really like, Shamir, I need you to lay it all out. I need you to, no matter how embarrassing it might be, no matter what people might think, no matter what people might say, I need you to say it. Why, Shamir? Because people need to hear it. People need to hear what you have to say. People need to hear, Shamir, what you have been through. People need to hear, Shamir, that it's not easy and how, you're dealing with things not being easy because you know that eventually things will be exactly how they're supposed to be. But in the meantime, between time, it is getting rocky. It is tough. It is rough. People need to hear some real talk. A lot of y'all are putting on facades. Y'all are acting like y'all always had it together. People pouring out their heart. They telling y'all, this, that, and the third, oh, this is due, just hardships. And you know that you've been in that place, but you're not telling them that you've been in that place. You just quiet as a mouse because you want to, you know what I'm saying? Just act like you just that dude, that girl. Like, listen. And let me go ahead and humble right now. Because a lot of y'all are acting like y'all are just all of this and all of that and have not a bit more tapped into the callings that God has told y'all to do. You're just working at these jobs that God did not tell you to work. And you think just because you are clocking six figures that you have arrived. No, ma'am. No, sir. It is levels to this thing. I told you, God wants his children to have ownership. So if you around here renting and acting like you just all of that, this, that, and the third, no, ma'am, no. No, sir. And even when you do get titles and when you do get deeds, God still wants us to be humble, because we got to tell other people that until you get these titles and until you get these deeds or whatever, yes, it's not going to be easy, but you're going to be okay. Like we just have to let people know, like our struggle, whatever your struggle may be, whatever you have overcome, whatever you are still battling with, tell people, talk. Say something. I had a conversation with my daughter and my son. They're like, Mom, like on the news, like you making it seem like you ain't had nothing. And I'm like, because I didn't. I really did not know what I was going to do. I did not know at the time. I didn't. And I knew a program from me staying in Metropolitan was available and they provide birthday boxes. So I'm like, you know what? Let me call them. God dropped it in my spirit, because you have to give them like a 7 to 10 day notice. God dropped it in my spirit last minute for me to call them. So I called her like 2 days before it was actually Treasure's birthday. And I'm like, I just told them that I need a birthday box. And I did not know that in the midst of me calling, that they needed somebody to represent the company on the news and talk about how the company has blessed them. So it was a win-win situation, because I was able to get out there, and I'm glad that the news anchor made it known, I stayed at the Metropolitan, but I don't stay there anymore. I have a house of my own. She introduced my group, Smiling Through the Pain. So for me, it was a win, even though it was humiliating before we got to the part where she actually said, what's happening now, there goes that humility, but humility before honor. Y'all, in order for us to get to the honor, you have to have some form of humility. It's going to be humiliating talking about the things that you don't want to talk about, telling people that you used to, do that, or you used to be that, or you used to have that, or whatever you're used to be. It's going to be humiliating. It's going to be embarrassing. It is all of that, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, it's not about you. God wants us to reach those people that just feel like they're just hopeless out here. They just feel like they're all alone. When we come up out of a situation, our job is to tell other people that they can come out too. It's like we all have different categories. We all have different, just assignments. Okay, God might have healed you, from AIDS, something really, really big. Okay, so you got to go to the AIDS community. The people that have the AIDS, and you got to tell them, you got to say, you know what? God, that disease, it is curable. All diseases are curable. Even though the doctor said it's not, it is. How do you know? Because you tell that person that you used to have it. Whatever it is. If it's cancer, if God healed you from that, you got to go and tell somebody who may be in the audience or who you may know that has it, hey, God healed me from cancer. How do you know? Because I had it. Oh, your house got foreclosed on? Oh, don't feel bad. How? Why shouldn't I feel bad? Because my house got foreclosed on. Whatever your category is, whatever your situation is, you best to believe, you bet your bottom dollar, somebody is in that same situation. And you got to reach those people. You got to reach the lost at any cost. And in you doing that, God opens doors for you, because he sees okay, my child isn't prideful. My child is not forgetting where they came from. I never in a million years, y'all, you can go on World Star. I have a video, Jeff and I, it has over 3 million views. This is before I had my encounter with God. And it said, you type in Tampa couple making millions, and we're going to pop up. I had my apartment in New Tampa. I had my red bottoms that was almost $1,000. I had my Louis Vuitton glasses. I had my Louis account. I had my Louis bag. I'm driving in a Camaro, blasting All Eyes on Me. I have it on repeat. So if you is at the light or whatever, or when the train is just going on by and you beside me, you're going to say, if this girl play this one more time. Because I stayed blasting All Eyes on Me. Because that's what I wanted. All eyes on me. And then God, he has a sense of humor because he like, you want all eyes on you? Okay, well, because 2 months after I did that video, that's when I got my encounter, and all eyes was on me, all right, because they see me with almost a comma in my shoe to some black Dollar Tree slides. Now, how I go from some black Louis Vuitton pumps to some black Dollar Tree slides? They said this girl done fell off. This girl. God humbled me big time. God humbled me big time. He crushed me to the core. He said everything must go, Camaro and all. Everything that I felt like made me, God stripped it all away. He took it all away. And now, okay, and that was in 2013. So now we in 2025. Now God he's built, he doesn't rush to build stuff. Anything that's built too fast is not going to last. God, he deals in quality. Quality takes time. You want you a little sweater or something real quick, knit it up. Somebody can knit that bad boy up in about an hour. They can get the knit or whatever. But you want a Gucci sweater? Okay. They said a Gucci sweater, to make a Gucci sweater, y'all. I mean, it was, I think 60, 70,000 hours. It was something like in the thousands of hours that it takes to get the stitching just right and precise. Like it takes time. This is not something you just drop off. This is not something, you just put your order in and you think you're going to get it the same day. No. This they need weeks and weeks, if not months in advance, because they have to get the stitching just right. That's why they put that hefty price on there, because it took time. They had to they really had to make sure this thing was just right. The quality of the stitching and the products that they used, and everything was just so pristine. It was just, everything was up echelon. Everything. It wasn't no junk going inside this Gucci sweat. It's nothing junk about it. So that's why they can't just sell it for $10 or something like that. They got to put a comma in it because they know what they put in it. Y'all, God, he wants returns on his investments. He put so much. It took so much time to make us. Y'all. Some of y'all are like, why have not my blessing came yet? Why is it taking so long? It's taking so long because God is still perfecting some stuff inside of you. And one of the things that God wanted me to show enough work on in this season is humility. He's like, okay, Shamir, you're being kind. I see you're giving, okay, to the poor. You're doing that. Okay, you're practicing self-control. Okay, and now let's practice some humility. Let's tell some people that you have been through this. Let's tell some people that you can't afford this. Let's tell some people about this. Let's just tell some people. Whatever it is, Shamir, just tell it. Don't worry about how it's going to make you look, because that's why I put the video. That's why I put the post up yesterday. Like, God is going to get the glory out of your story. Like, so it's not about us. It's all about him. I am to the point, I don't care what nobody that's listening to me think about me. The only person I care about pleasing is my Father. I must be about my Father's business. Some things that are embarrassing to talk about, they still must be talked about because people are still going through that. People are still in these situations. Some people don't know what they're going to get their kids for their birthday. And instead of them just feeling like they just less than a parent, no, let me tell them about a program that will help you out on that. So when your kids, wake up, they can have something for their birthday. You don't have to feel like the scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to say it. Because let me tell you something. When Jeff and I, right, when God dealt with us and God said everything must go, I asked Jeff today, we had a conversation, and I asked Jeff today, and because my kids is like, Mom, like you didn't put your business on Front Street, like, and I had to explain to my kids, like, Mama, I have to be selfless in this hour. I have to be like, I have to let it all out. God is calling me to just be real and talk to real people. It's so many people that's fake. The world is saturated with fake. Where is the real? Where you at? Where you at? Because I don't see y'all nowhere. Everybody just putting on this front, knowing you struggling too. And God let me know that because I was asking Jeff today. Excuse me. We had a conversation. And I said, remember when God said everything must go? And he was like, yeah. And I said, and then we went to Atlanta, right? After God said everything must go and we gave stuff away, we went to Atlanta, right? In the Camaro. We gave everything away at this point but the Camaro. And we go to Atlanta because that's where God was leading us, from Tampa to Atlanta. And it was so funny because God, he just have a way of just humbling you all across the board, because the same hotel that we have stayed, Jeff and I stayed probably like 2 months at this hotel, because we was in Atlanta trying to get our reality show off the ground. We were trying to do real estate, flip $1 million homes, multi-million-dollar homes, like, be the middleman. And like it's like, if you don't have direction in your life, then the devil will take you all kind of directions, because like you don't know what you're doing. Like all you know is you want to get to the money. So you just going here, there, everywhere. You wasting time, money, you wasting just everything, because like you have not even sought God. You didn't do the most important step. You skipped that step. So you're going to fall. You skip one step down a flight of steps that could be deadly, because you skip that step. That's why the devil wants you to skip that step on seeking God, because he knows if you do that, then that could be detrimental. So he wants you to do that. So anyway, the hotel that we spent like a couple months in, paid it with no problem. They have breakfast, they have everything. Like that same hotel, right? We couldn't even afford to pay for one night at that hotel. So we slept in the back of the parking lot of that hotel, that same very hotel that we stayed like 2 months in, right? So here we are in a Camaro with the seats leaned back, about to go to sleep. Like, and I never, ever in my life slept in a car, ever in my life. I never thought I had to. Like, and so we linked the seats back, like, and then let's just say 2-3 hours into, I'm like, oh my God, we really about to like sleep in the car, like, and I'm realizing like this is what, this is what it is. Like it is what it is. Y'all, we see a Mustang, right? I'm talking about brand new Mustang pull up right next to us. I'm like, it's a lot of parking lots that's empty. Like, why they pull up right next to us? Like, they pull up right next to us, like, and then I'm like, they ain't finna rob, like, because baby, they ain't finna get nothing. if they try to rob it, they want to. Like the way I'm feeling, baby, like they don't want to see me tonight. Like, cause you can't even imagine like the emotions and stuff I was feeling that day. You just can't imagine. Like God said, everything must go. We don't have no money. We hungry, like all kind of stuff. Like, and we was fasting too. So that's why it was like, you know, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to seek God to see, like, God, what are you saying? So we're, you know what I'm saying? It's just all kind of emotions that we're feeling. So I'm like, he better not try me. Like, I was just so, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man, he is okay. So he pulls up right beside us, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and what woke us up was the headlights, like, and then I look over, he is leaning his seat back too. He's leaning his seat back. Like, what he leaning his seat? I looked around. About 5 minutes later, man, that man knocked out cold like he's snoring or something. He is out of there. Like, he couldn't afford a night neither. In a brand new Mustang. He sleep too. He done linked the seat back, knocked out cold. Like Mike Tyson or George Foreman. It's like somebody then hit him with a, he out of there. But you in a Mustang though. What's going on here? I'm talking about this thing is a sporty Mustang, the newest Mustang for that year. Like, that's the type of Mustang. Like, so that showed me right there. So many people putting on fronts, acting like they got it when they really don't. But because people are so judgmental, because people, they have this certain image that they got to put on, nobody can't put on the truth. So they just put on the fake. Everybody can get Oscar awards and the nominee goes to everybody because everybody acting. So being that everybody is acting, the people that's going through real things in the real world, they get left alone. Somebody got to say, girl, I know what it is. I know what it's like. I know how you feel. I've been there. That's the humility, y'all, that God wants us to have. Like, he wants us to just not walk around with our neck up and stuff like that. God said he resists the proud. We want honor in our life, but we're not doing that practice because we just so worried about what y'all, I'm telling y'all, it has to be time out for that. Because if not, if God see that you're going to stay right there on that level and acting like you all of that, he will let you stay right there acting like you all of that with none of that. None of the blessings, none of the, and then the worst part of it all, you really risk not even going and, and having no part in heaven. That's the worst part of it all, because he says he resists the proud. Think about it. When you resist something, that's like, get away from me. Get away. So if he resists the proud on earth, what makes you think when you get into heaven, he gonna just have open arms? That makes no sense. Think about it. Because that's something to think about. That's something to think about. God said he hates proud looks. And my whole thing is y'all acting like y'all all of that and like you have arrived. And I'm just like, they say being a millionaire is the new middle class. So why is everybody acting like they just so all of this and all of that? That's the facade that the devil just wants y'all to just walk around. You in your own like delusion, your own la la land. Snap out of it. You want God to take you to the up echelon. You want God to take you to higher heights. You want God to take you to a whole nother level. You want God to make you a multi-millionaire. You want God to do that. But what are you doing? What is your part? What are you doing on your part? Y'all respecting all of these big returns and ain't putting absolutely no work in. Where they do that at? You can't go to nobody job that you ain't work on and ask for a paycheck. They gonna have that paddy wagon out there. You asking to speak to the manager and saying, where is your check? And you ain't bit more clock than you. They don't know you. Some of y'all are workers of iniquity. You either working for God or you working for the devil. That's just like straight like that. That's just what it is. And then, okay, answering some questions. Oh, what are you doing? Why you don't have a job? Why you can't, you know what I'm saying, provide a birthday gift? Why you can't, whatever. I don't know what y'all are saying, but let me just tell y'all about why I don't have a job right now. Putting y'all on is my job. Making sure that we all get into the promised land, that is my job. God has me working on me. That is my job. So I do have a job. I work for God. That is my boss. And when you work for God and he's having you work on yourself and do certain things and this and that and the third, God don't cut checks every day. But when he cut it, baby, nobody pays better than God. Right now, God got me focused like never before because I realized that getting a job is not going to get me out of my situation. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to, I cannot pass a job down to my kids. I cannot pass this apartment that I'm in down to my kids. I have to have ownership. I have to have possession. So in order for that to happen, I must tap in. I must tap in. Like I must open up this gift that God has put inside of me. God says it's your gift that makes room for you and bring you in front of great men. It's your gift. It's your gift, y'all. What are you good at? What is gonna help edify the kingdom? What is gonna bring souls into the kingdom? That's what God wants you to work on. And when we go out and we get houses and we get these cars with these high payments, and when we just go outside of the will of God, we have to, keep up with these payments. We don't want to not have a car. We don't want to not have a house. Excuse me, y'all. The devil don't want me to get this word out. When have y'all seen me? I mean, I normally, I'm just able to get the video just straight out without coughing, but he don't want it to come out, y'all. He did not want me to get on that news and just, announce about my baby's birthday and how it was. Like, he didn't want me to say that. Why? Because the truth sets people free. When people hear your truth, even though it may be like embarrassing or whatever it is, like, but when they hear your truth, when they hear real, then it makes them like, say, okay, like, I'm gonna be okay. And it is hope out there and it is gonna get better and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it is something good that can come out of this. Like, you just won't think you're just stuck in that all by yourself. God wants us to offer hope. Because as we can see, the drug dealers are sure enough offering dope. Our young people are getting strung out like never before off these drugs. Like, it is mind-boggling the drugs that's out there. Like, for Kodak to be eating chicken in the street, it's like, what is this going on? What kind of drugs is out here? This is some serious stuff. The world need our help. And you have the ability to help them. That's what I was telling my kids. Like, Y'all have been through humiliating things too. Y'all have been through embarrassing moments too. Y'all know what it's like too. Tell people. Just because, and I'm very proud of my children, they are not where they were before. Like, they are doing very well in life. I told them, you must tell people when you wasn't doing well in life. My son, he got so many pair of shoes. Like, I told him. I remember we were staying in Birmingham, a shelter in Birmingham. And I told my son, I think he had probably 2 pairs of shoes. That's it. And he had these white Converses, I'll never forget. And I used to take the toothbrush and take the toothpaste, and I hit them. They was white. And I hit them. I clean them up. And I said, son, you're going to have so many pairs of shoes. You're going to have like a whole Foot Locker. It's going to look like a little baby Foot Locker. I'm talking about you're going to have so many different selections. He was like, I know, Mom. I know. As I'm cleaning as I got the toothpaste on the toothbrush, he like, Ma, I know. Now, when I tell y'all, just like Mama said it, he have so many pairs of tennis shoes, Gucci slides, Christian Dior's, Jordans. The list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I said, look at you, sporty now. You sporty, son. I said, now what you need to do is tell people when you want so sporty. Tell people about them shoes that you see your mama taking that toothbrush and that toothpaste and hitting them. Tell them about that, James. Tell them about just the little, you'll wear the white ones, and then I think he had a pair of black ones, and he'll switch them up like that. Tell them. Because somebody that only has 2 pairs of shoes or 1 pair of shoes, they need to know that, son. So they won't feel bad. So they won't feel less than a man. So they won't feel like, suicidal thoughts and all kind of stuff the devil be making people feel. Tell your truth. And yes, that is going to be humility on your part. Yes, but humility before honor. God is no other way we can get to the honor. You have to have humility first. Whatever your humility may be, you have to have it. Having humility might not be the way I have to have humility. I don't know, but however it goes, we can't be prideful. We all have to be humble. That's for sure. God got me moving so different, y'all. I can't move the same if I wanted to. The things that used to fly is not flying right now. I couldn't get a job if I wanted to, because God is like, you are the job. You are going to be creating jobs. You are a boss, Shamir. You can't forever think like an employee. You can't. Focus. So God, he has like my undivided attention. Just doing what he told me to do. And he is taking care of everything else. Like, okay, a birthday coming up. Okay, call birthday in the box. Okay, back focus. Don't be trying to do this, that, and the third. Trying to hustle, getting money up and all of this. Focus. There's a program. Focus. Tell people about the program. Okay, back to my business. Keep on doing them YouTube videos. Keep on speaking in your apartments. Focus, Shamir. Focus. God don't have me caught up in the shenanigans. Caught up in trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to, and yes, it's some huge sacrifices that I have to make. It is. I be wanting to do this. I be wanting to go here. I be wanting to have my hair like this. I be wanting to have my nails like this. I be wanting to dress like this, dress like that. But God is letting me know all of that vanity, that's going to come, Shamir. But you must be about my business first. Seek me first, and all of these things will be added unto you. Y'all, when we seek God first and do what he told us to do first, all these things that he know we want, he know we need, our heart's desires, that's going to happen. But for right now, we must be about our Father's business. And it's not going to be cute, and it's not going to be pretty, but it still must be done. So I'm like, so be it. So be it. If I got to put my business on Front Street, so be it. If that's gonna make some mother who felt like crap feel better about her situation, and she able to tell other people who might be in that same situation that, girl, it's okay, girl, it was just a girl on the news, and she said the same thing about she couldn't get her daughter nothing for her birthday, and guess what? It's a program out there, and guess what? You'll be able to and pass the word on, and this, that, and the I don't, whatever it is. Guess what? I helped somebody. I helped them. When you are about your Father's business, God is going to be about your business. I need God all up in my business. And God, and I used to care so much about what people think about me, but when I got to the point that I can care less who is talking about me, who is laughing at me, I can care less. When I got that attitude, that is when I have become like unstoppable. And the same thing for you. When you get out of not caring about what somebody think about you, what somebody say about you, if they gonna talk about you, like you can care that less, because at the end of the day, like you should be so caught up in your business, what you have going on, you shouldn't be all up in somebody else's anyway. And if you are all up in somebody's business, you technically have too much time on your hands. Like I literally cannot be all up in somebody's business because I have too much on my plate as it is. And I don't have time to sit around and just gossip about people, because the Bible says gossiping. So all y'all talkers that just be liking to talk about people, God said that leads to poverty. And I'm trying to be wealthy, boo. So I don't have time for the gossiping. Them days, that been gone. So I don't have time to sit up at the table and talk about you. So I don't know what is going on right now. Like, I don't know, but God is having me with the attitude of I can care less. I'm just staying focused. I'm just staying focused. Y'all, it's our story. It's whatever it is. It's that's going to just bring you to that table to where like you want to be. That's why God says, I'll prepare a table in the presence of your enemy, y'all. We all like to eat very lavish. I know I do. But we all know that if you want that steak, if you want that filet mignon, if you want that sushi, whatever it is, you want the lobsters, or you got to pay a little bit more for that, boo. Unless you want the scraps. So how y'all want to be eating out here? Because I want to be eating like a king's kid. I'm tired of eating scraps. When I'm working for minimum wage, just working, doing this meaningless jobs that's not going anywhere, they just straight dead end. It's literally just like it say, a dead end. Like it's no life in that. It's dead. So all of them working meaningless jobs and me just doing something just to do something, that is dead to me. I'm not going to focus on the change. I'm focused on, baby, God got some real dollars. Enough of just settling and for the scraps the devil throwing our way, this chump change or whatever like that. And we all at the tail or whatever when we supposed to be the head. And we're beneath when we're supposed to be above. No. I want all that God has for me and my children and more. So I got to look like a fool or look like crazy or look whatever it is that I don't know. Like, so be it. I'm still going to have my head up high and my lashes on and still look cute. That's how I know I'm on the right track. Like, because it was just so much extra today. I didn't even know it was coming my way, but it came. And I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy. So I had got me some, I love these things, y'all. Some peanut chews and some Boston baked beans. I feel better now, child. I feel better. This is my full-time job. Putting y'all on to the kingdom. Faith come by hearing. So I'm hearing it. So I'm putting myself on too, even the more. Like, this is what God wants me to do. And I'm going to do it. And he's going to supply all of my needs, just like he's been doing while I do it. And he's going to open up doors. If I did not have no story, I wouldn't even have been on the news. So however my name is being portrayed, it doesn't matter, because my name is getting out there. So I don't care. This thing is chess, not checkers. It is what it is. Tell your story. Tell it. Because somebody needs to hear it. God desperately wants his children to do that in this hour. Tell your story. Tell your truth. So people could be set free. Because if not, people are going to stay bound up. And the devil is having a field day with that. Because as they're bound up, he's having them just sink lower and lower and lower. And they such in a sunken place. And before you know it, you hear, so-and-so died. How did they die? Suicide. They didn't pop the pill. They didn't smoke K2. They didn't whatever. They didn't. Somebody put something in their drink. Whatever. Like, y'all, I'm talking about. Y'all are hearing these stories, and some of y'all are hearing these stories, and you just scrolling just as nice as if you didn't just see what this post said. You just scroll. Like, it's starting to become like normal. The devil is trying to normalize death, and even though that is a part of life, but we still must offer, let them know that there is life, and life more abundantly here on earth. Like, you don't have to die to experience that. Like, you can experience the abundance here on earth. But the way God's process is set up, that before you tap into that abundance, you are going to have to go through. So tell people what you went through. I can't talk for everybody, y'all. If I could, I would. Y'all know, but I can't, and I ain't. You open up your mouth. God just wants you to show up. He said, don't worry about what you're going to say and all of that. It don't have to be perfect. Just get in the room. Just go to the places. Just go where the people at. And God will fill you up. He going to have you just showing up, just saying what that person needs to hear. Because there's plenty of times when I was going through showing up the wilderness process, before we even got the apartment, I needed to hear people saying, like, how it was when they was homeless. And that offered hope to me. When Steve Harvey put his situation on blast, and he was like, before he became, Steve Harvey, he slept in the car. And he went to the Apollo. He said he had 2 plastic bags going into the Apollo. That's all he had was what was in them 2 little plastic bags. That was it. Steve ain't have to say that. But he said that because he want to offer hope to somebody who is going through that, y'all. And that helped me. Like, if Steve Harvey was homeless, if he had his stuff in 2 Walmart bags, I don't feel that bad about these trash bags I got. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, you never know who you are inspiring. You never know. But you would never know, and they would never know. Let me put it like that. They would never know if you don't say nothing. All right, y'all. I love y'all. And it's not easy. I'm not sitting up here. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's not easy saying what you don't want to say. It's not easy putting your business on Front Street. It's not easy doing the instructions that God is telling us in this hour to do. But at the end of the day, it still must be done. The instructions that he has given us is instructions so our life will come out right. We can't deviate from that. You take away one instruction from anything, you done mess the whole thing up. And God says, if you're willing and obedient, you'll eat the good of the land. So we must be obedient if you want to eat the good of the land. Okay? All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I believe I said everything that God wanted me to say. And I'm about to have a good night tonight. I'm gonna just relax. I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna pray. And I'm gonna be okay. And you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay because he's gonna give y'all some instructions. And you're gonna say, like, okay, if Shamir can do it, if Shamir can say this, if she can get on national TV and say this, okay, God, if you want me to tell this person that my lights was off, if you want me to tell this person I lost my house, okay, I know I can sure enough do it to this person. This person is only just one person. Excuse me, you ain't tell the whole world, pretty much. Well, it wasn't the whole world, just Florida, but wherever the news stations had, reached, like, they hurt my business. So, but oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm excited what God is doing in my life. And get excited what he's doing with yours because he's doing a new thing. He's doing a new thing. You just got to tap in. You got to tap in. You want a new thing, right? You want a new thing in your life, right? So if you want something new, you have to do something new. Do something you've never done before. If you've been always in a shell, crack that bad boy wide open and say enough is enough. I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and I'm going to do what my Father has told me to do. I am going to be about my Father's business and watch God be about yours. Just watch. All right, y'all. I'm going for real this time. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you all, and I hope you have a blessed night. Peace.